The Kishtwar incident has led to a war of words between the National Conference and the BJP, and the Congress has also jumped in. The BJP leader Smriti Irani, in an exclusive interview to Headlines Today, has lashed out at Umar Abdullah for taking on Narendra Modi.
Right now we have BJP MP and Vice President of the party Smriti Irani with us. Ma'am, while debating Kishtwar issue, Umar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah both rigged up Gujarat. They said that Gujarat government was slow in responding to the right situation after Godhra. Why blame us for not allowing media and leaders to go to visit Kishtwar?
I think it's extremely shameful and unfortunate that Umar Abdullah and Honorable Farooq Abdullah are trying to get political dividend out of attacking the 2002 unfortunate events in Gujarat. I feel that while Mr. Umar Abdullah is taking out time in his so-called busy schedule to tweet against a democratically elected head of state in India, he finds absolutely no time to condemn Mr. Gilani, who is inciting violence against the Indian state, who is invoking violence against Indian citizens in Kishtwar. Mr. Abdullah finds absolutely no time to have his administration take down anti-India posters which celebrates terrorism in the constituency of the Home Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Abdullah finds no time to address the trouble which was brewing in Kishtwar. The National Conference leader yesterday on the floor of the House in Rajya Sabha admitted that they had an inkling about trouble brewing in Kishtwar at least a week before Eid. The question that arises is that why Mr. Umar Abdullah wants to get into a competitive match with Gujarat, why were no preventive arrests made in Kishtwar when they knew that trouble is brewing? With regards to Gujarat, 77,000 preventive arrests were made. With regards to Gujarat, immediately Central Paramilitary Force was deployed while the army was being airlifted from the Pakistani border into Gujarat. The question arises that while the army was stationed in Jammu and Kashmir, why is it that it was not allowed to address the situation in Kishtwar? In Gujarat, we gave immediate shoot-at-sight orders. Did Mr. Umar Abdullah bother with such orders with regards to the violence in Kishtwar? It is also to be noted that Mr. Umar Abdullah came out and engaged with the press only after the leader of opposition was detained at the Jammu airport on the 11th, which is the third day of the violence. And what is it that he said to the media when he interacted with them? His statement was that I don't have all the facts. So what is Mr. Umar Abdullah's legacy? That he detains the leader of opposition at the Jammu airport while he allows separatists to run amok in Kishtwar, inciting violence against Indians. I think it's also to be noted that there is a deliberate and coordinated attempt by Pakistan to continuously attack Indian posts at the LOC by separatists who are invoking and inciting violence against the Indian state. And I see a studied silence by Mr. Umar Abdullah with regards to that coordinated effort by an enemy nation.
And do you think it's part of the political elections around the corner? Everyone is trying to play politics and do politics in and around Narendra Modi's name, and this is just yet another part of that.
I think that, like I said, it's extremely unfortunate that Mr. Umar Abdullah will attack a democratically elected head of state like Mr. Narendra Modi and refuse to respond and attack a separatist who is trying to challenge the very sovereignty of India. If Mr. Umar Abdullah wants to compete with Gujarat, I would rather that he competes on issues of development. If he wants to compete with Gujarat, let him compete with regards to employment opportunities which are available to the youth in Gujarat and unavailable to the youth in Kashmir and Jammu. If he wants to compete on issues of development with Gujarat, let him compete on infrastructural issues which Gujarat has seen and benefited from and which Jammu and Kashmir is still crying out for.
Now, we've seen in past 24 hours there's been ceasefire violation and also a Punjab Assembly passed resolution against India. Do you think they're doing this, Pakistan become more aggressive because India is divided?
I think that Pakistan is obviously taking a very serious advantage of the studied silence of the Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister still hasn't spoken after the killing of 5 Indian Jawans. I have heard absolutely no strong message from the government of India with regards to the resolution passed in the Punjab Assembly yesterday or with regards to the MFN status that Pakistan spoke about yesterday. I wonder what compels the Prime Minister's office to keep quiet when such a challenge is presented before the nation by Pakistan.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So this was Smriti Irani clearly saying the time has come for Prime Minister and Government of India to take notice of what's happening and stop this petty politics. With camera person Kripal Singh, Atish Srivastava in Delhi for Headlines Today.